Okay, thank you so much for joining me, Keri from True North Pinup. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good, surviving in this sweltering heat.
Oh yeah, you guys have it too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're in
we're
the
supposed to
30s.
hit plus 30 again next week,
I
which is
know.
weird for Alberta.
Right? I know. Yeah, you guys usually have it really nice. Now, are you in Calgary or are you further up?
Oh, I'm in Calgary. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love Calgary so much.
Well,
Take me, take me.
come on out. Like apparently there's work. We're like open for
Open
summer.
for
That's our
business,
big plan.
right? Or have you guys started opening up things now?
Yeah, apparently we're in stage 2 now, so we can go to the gym and get our hair cut finally, so I can get Miss Holly Von Merlot to fix my bangs again.
Nice, nice.
Excited.
Yes, we did an interview with Holly a few weeks ago. She is
Oh, she's
amazing.
fantastic.
She's so freaking lovely.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
she's amazing. She's like a pillar of the community up here.
absolutely, yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. She's like an OG, really.
Right?
of
Yeah.
the- So, kind of tell us then how, Carrie, how did you get into the pinup retro community?
Well, I was living in Didsbury. I was married at the time. This was all the way back in 2017, which makes me fairly new. And so Didsbury has this massive car show, and they shut down most of the town, and like 1,100 cars. There's stages, there's booths. It's huge. And there was a pinup contest, and I was not allowed to enter. So I bought a dress for a wedding the year before, and it was a cherry print dress because I'm pretty sure every pinup's first dress is a cherry print dress. And I put on my heels and I tried to roll my hair. I had no idea what I was doing, and I ran across town to enter this pinup contest. And I was on stage, and it was my first time. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm a Leo, and I was born and like I was raised basically on the stage. I did a lot of theater as a kid. So I was like, no big deal. This is totally fine. So it was amazing. It was like very liberating. And I met some of the girls and I was just like, wow, you guys are amazing. That was May 2017. Jump forward July 2017, I left my ex-husband. And by January 2018, I was living back in Calgary with my parents. It was a domestic violence situation, and we had to leave middle of the night kind of thing. But I connected with Debbie Deluxe, she runs the pinup contest for World of Wheels, and this little like informal group we have here called Darling Dames, which is just it's mostly her just connecting everybody. Like there's photographers in the group and there's people and all sorts of things. And I messaged her and I was like, hey, I just moved to Calgary and like, I don't know anybody. I don't know what to do. Is there anything ever happening? So she told me to come out to World of Wheels and enter the contest. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, that's a little fast. And then she told me A&W has a drive-in on Fridays. A cruise night was perfect. So I started going and I went every Friday
Oh,
in the
fun.
summer with the kids and got
Nice.
them all dressed up in like white shirts and jeans and chucks, and it's just adorable. Yeah, so that's how I got started, and it was kind of like a bad plague because now I suddenly need a much bigger closet. Like
Right? Is
much better.
isn't that the way it develops so quickly? You don't think it does, and then all of a sudden you look in and it's like I've now moved my main bedroom into the side bedroom, and now my main bedroom is like my walk-in closet.
Well, we're moving this summer, and that was the first thing I looked at. I was like, we just need to have this many bedrooms and a really big closet.
Right?
Well, so the closet at the new house is like the size of my kitchen, and there's 2 walk-in closets in the master bedroom. I was like,
Nice.
yes,
This is it.
this
Yeah,
is
the
it. Let's take it. Let's take
moment.
it. This is the one.
Hashtag pinup problems here.
Yeah. Well, it's like my shoes are out of control. So when, like, before I started doing pinup, before I left my ex-husband, I was like in yoga pants and like hoodies and, like runners. I was wearing kids skate shoes because I have small feet for being 5'10" and lots of big hoodies. And I was just like, wow, never owned a dress. I was the tomboy kid of my mother. And now it's like dresses every day almost. Still wear
Wow.
my yoga pants, especially when I have meetings for work or school, but can't see, it's all Zoom. Other than that, it's like we go out to the store or the park or whatever, it's dresses and because they're
Nice.
so much more comfortable.
And there's something it's it's funny because I too was a tomboy too, and it's something when you hit a certain age that you just want to embrace more of that femininity, and it's but yet you can still have a little bit of your fun to it, but then have the little classic pinup look. I think modern pinup has really been able to let us embrace all that.
Absolutely. And like the dresses are long.
Yeah, and they have pockets.
And they have pockets. Like
Like,
if they have pockets, I don't buy it anymore.
as long
But
as I got little
pockets,
snack sacks, that's all I need.
yeah. Snack stashes. Yeah.
So now that you've kind of been, embraced in this world and, you've loved it. So kind of what got you into starting True North?
So I think it was 2019. My best friend and I started a car show in 2018, and it was kind of my 1 year free. I was supposed to plan a party. So I'm a Leo. I plan a really big party, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna do a car show.
Go big or go home, baby.
Right? We're gonna raise money for a women's shelter.
Good for you, sweetie.
There's so many people.
Turn a bad into a positive. Good for you.
Absolutely. So we planned it, and then at the Didsbury Car Show the next year in 2019. Yeah, I think it's 2019. I can't get my years straight anymore. COVID's really rough.
I know, right?
So we were at the Didsbury Car Show, got a bunch of pictures done. We got jackets made, and it was awesome. And I wanted to submit it to a magazine just so people kind of knew about it and wanted to like talk to people and be like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing in Calgary, and start getting people excited. And Rocket Magazine out of the States was the only one that was do like kind of like a group photo, which was awesome. And there was nothing in Canada, which it was a bummer. I was like, I'd love for Canadian people to know about it and just like come out to our show. And that's how it actually started, was I wanted to promote the Canadian events and the Canadian women and, everybody. Like car shows, now we're doing like Dapper Dudes, and we have Gearhead Girls, the Gearhead Girls of Canada. I have a couple of them in the next edition because I want to celebrate that and our local music scene. Because I really want people that we have such a diverse community, and it's so big that there was no way for us to really narrow in on who's where. So yeah, that's why it all started.
And here you are coming up to your 2-year anniversary.
Which is crazy. COVID hasn't helped anything. Like our first edition was December 2019.
Wow. And then COVID hit like March 2020.
Yeah. So we put out our spring edition March 8th because I love International Women's Day and I think it's a great way to celebrate. And then it was 2 weeks later, we were all in lockdown. And I was like, okay, now what? We can't see our photographers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do we do now? So I combined I did a massive summer edition. It was late. And then we did fall winter together.
Which was great. Loved it.
Oh, good. I'm so happy. And then I think it's going to end up being like a spring summer edition coming out at the end of the month, beginning of July, we're hoping.
Nice.
So yeah.
So have you really, have you enjoyed doing it, or have you found what it was a bigger undertaking than what you kind of thought it was going to be? Take us through that little journey, Keri, you little Leo.
Yeah, I thought it would be really easy. But then I really realized like over the time, like it takes me probably almost 160 hours to build one magazine.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it's the social media and the content and the website, and I've done all of it myself.
And then being a mom and everything else, and full-time teacher with COVID and everything. So
and
crazy.
I'm in school. I've been in school since 2019, since spring 2019. So I'm doing that as well, full time. So it's not like there's a whole lot of hours. I love to do it. It's definitely my pride and joy, and every time I see like the finished product, I'm like, yeah, that's what it's about.
Oh, well, that's good. And you know, a lot of girls' dreams is always to, you know, kind of be a published model. And like you said, there's nothing out there representing Canada.
No.
So it's nice to be able to have like an all Canada, all Canadian women's magazine kind of thing.
Well, and I've
Or not
seen,
women's, but embracing all of the
yeah,
culture. Sorry, because
all,
you've had gentlemen featured too.
yes, yeah, and we are totally LGBTQ, all of the alphabet
Very good.
mafia, as I've heard it been called. We will accept anybody. If you have a story and you're trans, tell me. I want to hear your stories. And I think if you love your story and you love yourself and this is what makes you who you are, share with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because definitely the pinup community is it's an insane amount of acceptance.
It is. We embrace
And,
absolutely everyone, and yeah, it's
and I,
amazing how much it's embroidered. And we really, especially now, we're really pushing for the vintage fashion, not vintage values.
yes.
So, and with empowering voices coming out and everything else, Goldie Delight out of BC, you know, has started that up. I know, isn't she? So she started this up with a bunch of ladies too. So they're
Yeah.
actually having a kickoff tonight about decolonizing and everything else of in the culture. So yeah, so amazing things are happening.
There is. Well, and we definitely at True North, with the global we, want to celebrate everybody.
Absolutely.
Mercedes, who's our first cover girl, she's Indigenous. I was talking to her mom about potentially her doing a ribbon skirts commission because I want to see it and they want to learn. Because with the 215 kids that came out of Kamloops, we know it's worse. Mm-hmm. We know at every school across the country, those schools were built with graveyards. Yeah. What don't we know? 2017, a bunch of my girlfriends and I, we went on what we called a Vigil of Purpose. And we drove across Highway 16 in BC, which is considered the Highway of Tears, because so many women, like there's a lot of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls along there. And we just wanted to learn. We wanted to see, like, we were all fairly middle-class white women. We have no idea. So we packed our kids up on a 2-week camping trip. And we met with elders and we asked questions. It wasn't like, oh, well, you need to do this or you need to do this. It was, we sat there and like, like, what do we need to know?
Exactly. So what we need to listen.
Yes. It's enough of this. We need to shut our mouths and open our ears and our hearts. Because they've been telling us forever. And I didn't learn about this in school. It wasn't until I was an adult that you even heard about it. And it's devastating. There's been a lot of reflection around that around here for like my close circle, definitely. Lots of reflection about what's going on, how can we help? And a lot of it is writing letters and calling for the government to actually step in and do what they said they would.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I think too, with you know, with both with True North Pinup Magazine and, you know, with the Bombshell Beauties and with all the other pinup groups and everything else that we have across the country, I think it's about our social responsibility too, to kind of use our, you know, outlets and everything else that we have and kind of let them use our platforms also. So
absolutely. Well, and if they don't have the voice because no one's listening, we need to be able to give them their voice. Go, hey, we're here for you, and we have this many followers. Do you want to reach them?
Yeah, so, absolutely. And again, it's providing, you know, the resources and everything else and helping educate as much as we possibly can. So
yeah.
Crazy times, isn't it?
It is. Well, and that was the big part.
It's what needs to be.
Absolutely. The big part about True North that I wanted was to build a community. Because Canada is so big, I want to build the community and be like, hey, oh, you're in Ontario and you're looking for a group to be a part of? Here's these people, contact them. Oh, you're in BC, here's these people, contact them. And to be like that over umbrella where people can go to and go, hey, hi, I'm in the middle of Saskatchewan. Is there anyone out here? And that they feel like they're included and they're part of something. Because when you feel like you're part of a community, you thrive, because we are social creatures. And definitely it's not a stereotypical girls group. We do have people who are gay, straight, trans, people of color, and I want to celebrate everybody. That's definitely been the goal.
And, you know, Pride Month too, love is love, right?
Love is love. Why can't we all just get along? And be accountable.
Oh my goodness, I know we think it's so easy, and you know we wish it is, but there's so much work that needs to be done for sure.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's a ton of work that needs to happen to change society, but I keep seeing these little groups pop up, and they might not be very big, and they might be from a tiny little place in New Brunswick, and they're making waves and they're rocking the boat. And that's what needs to happen, is we need more boat rockers.
Yep.
Shake it up.
Now, is there anything else that you're looking forward to with doing to the magazine or anything like that?
I'm looking forward to finding our post-Panini normal. You know, being able to have the shows and do the photo shoots, because Kayla at the Cheesecake Dolls, she just opened up a studio.
I know, it's great, eh? So cute.
Media for months since my grandmother passed away. I kind of had to take that emotional step backwards, and I had no idea she even opened it until I was on TikTok, and I was like, oh, hey, you opened a studio. And I felt really bad because I've kept in touch with nobody. And it's fantastic. And it's like, to see these small businesses thrive that are run by women is going to be incredible. And I think it's very needed, because we've lost a lot of small businesses with the pandemic. And it's so hard for a small business to stay going. So I can't wait to see your studio. I'm so excited. So, and
she's going to do amazing things. She's a wonderful photographer. So
she's incredible. My favorite photos, I'm pretty sure, by her.
Yeah.
So it was my first call, and I'm like, oh, hey,
what you got?
This. Oh, you have this session happening? Oh, sign me up for all of them. So yeah, she always does an incredible job.
Oh, well, that's great. And I'm glad that you've found kind of, you look so happy, and you just radiate that, you feel embraced in the community, and it's been a very positive transition for you. So I'm really happy to see and hear that things that worked out well for you.
Absolutely. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of love. It's definitely True North has become my passion project.
Comes like another little baby.
It is. Well, and it's not like we don't do massive runs where we're in chapters. It's like very small runs. Now I've opened it up and started on MagCloud as my platform for my distribution. So anyone in the world can now order.
Which is nice.
Yeah, because when we had Maggie Bow on in the September issue, last year, she's from South Africa. She was stuck here, so we made her an honorary Canadian while she was here. And she had people in South Africa that wanted to order, and I'm like, well, like, shipping's crazy. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Like, you might beat the magazine there. Like,
right.
So I know, it was fantastic. I would love for the whole world to see the amazing things that Canadians are doing, the Canadian pinup scene, and like what's happening. It's all local events, and I wish there was going to be more this year, but we're kind of in this weird zone. We're not doing our car show this year. We're waiting until next year, just because with Alberta opening up for Stampede, a lot of us are anticipating, so they're going to have Stampede, which is in less than a month. So that was the big push for Alberta to open up. Yeah, so I'm just kind of waiting for that fourth wave to spike up.
Right. Well, we'll see 2 weeks after the Stampede.
We'll see what happens by the end of July.
Let's get those vaccines rolling.
Right? Oh man, I have no idea how they're going to socially distance at the Stampede.
Oh my God, I've been once, and
right? Oh, it's crazy. There's so many Calgarians that I know that avoid the stampede, and we generally go on holiday during that time.
Right? Because it's insane.
Crazy. It's crazy.
The whole city is just insane.
It's a big party.
It is. It is. It's a great party.
It's a fantastic party.
I don't even listen to country, but let me tell you, when I'm in Calgary,
Nashville North Pier is the flowing.
get me that hat, girl, and I'm into it.
No, it's all good. We're on it. And I really hope that it doesn't turn into the fourth wave. Because from Calgary, the events crew heads up to Edmonton and does K-Days.
Oh, okay.
And Edmonton was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. You guys are crazy.
Right.
So, yeah, so we'll see.
I know people are just dying for a little bit of normalcy, and then you just let's just try and do this a little slowly. Stampede doesn't seem so slow, but hey,
Hey, let's have. I would be down with like bands in the park,
right?
With lots of space, and
The
those
little circles.
Slow steps.
Yeah.
We're not cramming a million people into the Stampede grounds because it's not that big.
Well, maybe they'll do it at a reduced capacity or something.
I'm not even sure.
I don't even know how they could do that, really.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you can't.
People's mental health has been severely
Tested.
Oh, tested, yeah. Definitely, we're learning a whole new awareness of who we are as people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very much the extrovert, so being at home and like away from people other than my children and my partner and his daughter has been like, it's been tough. Like really tough. So we're all like, my kids are both extroverts, so we're all chomping at the bit to go out. We're like, come on, we just want to see somebody, anybody. So we've been very lucky thus far. Our inner circle hasn't had any COVID.
Okay.
We've been really lucky, but it's people around us have. It's been a bummer. So yeah, but it's crazy.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed that, we just kind of coast through 2020 here, 2021. God, I feel like you said, everything is just like blurring in. In 2022, we'll get back into the swing of just the normal schedule and back to events and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And it'll be so nice. So nice. Anything else that you want to add or anything like that, or say anything to our viewers before we leave? Do you have a date for your next submission coming up or anything like that? Any dates coming up that people should know about?
End of the month. Look for the end of the month for our social media posting that is going to start back up right away. Okay. We're looking at having the magazine done. And I'm looking for submissions. And I'm going to do kind of like a mid-August, early September launch for the next one.
Nice. To
try and kind of make up for the COVID shutdowns. So,
and all the girls are out there just dying to get out pictures. So
car show, we're on it. Even if it's not an actual car show.
There's 3 cars out in a parking lot. We're there.
Just let us out. Well, and it was like I was trying to get ready today and I was doing my makeup and I'm like, wow, this takes me like a really long time. Like I didn't even curl my hair because I'm like, that's going to take me 2 hours now. Like,
we're all very much out of practice. Here I thought I was going to get better. I thought this is great. I can practice all the time and whatever. Nope. I'm gonna have to dust off the shoes and everything.
Learn how to walk in them again so we don't have lots of baby deer. Oh yeah. It's crazy.
Get the holes in the nylons again. Forgetting to put them on.
Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then it's like, oh well, what even fits?
Right. Yeah. COVID 10 turned into like COVID 30 at this point. The more it grows on. Oh my God.
And that's totally fun. It's totally fun.
It's fun. It's okay. I'm embracing everything at this point. Yeah. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just happy to just be alive at this point.
It's humbling. It has been a humbling experience. Because it's like, I accept that I'm home and my hair's in a struggle bun every day and pretty much live in yoga pants or pajamas. So to leave the house, we're like, okay, so I embrace who I am and it's okay. So it's fine.
I feel like I'm going to worry on how to function in front of people, like in person. I feel like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Am I being weird? Like,
Like, no,
yeah, do
no.
I shake or don't? Are we doing the elbow now? Or are we doing the fist pump? I can't remember.
No. Okay.
Thank you, pockets. Just do the nod.
Hey, nice to meet you. Well, and I was like wearing lipstick. Like, I don't know. Nobody's wearing lipstick in 15 months.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Everywhere under your mask. Ugh. It's crazy.
At least I have gotten a little bit better with the liner because that's all I've had to do, right?
I only had to do this much. That's it. Nobody sees anything else. So like all down here, it's fine. It's fine.
Saved on makeup. It's been great. Your face actually looks younger this year.
Exactly. I've been saving on hair products, like the massive amount of hairspray I need. Yeah, it's been great.
See some benefits.
Yeah, I'm saving money to buy plants.
Right?
I'll just need one for the other.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Oh goodness, Keri. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you're so lovely to chat with, and we love what you're doing with the magazine, and we look forward to more editions. And I will make sure that we include in the description your Instagram, your Facebook, and your website, all the links and everything else too.
And
so
I look forward to everyone's submissions. And if you have any questions, just send me an email. I'm pretty good at getting back to you.
Now, what do you look for in submissions?
Oh, what do I look for? I look for a lot of it is we just want to see high quality photos, because if you print it and it's not a 300 DPI, it looks terrible printed. It might look fantastic in a digital edition. And so with your cell phone, if you're just like sending me cell phone shots, the lightings are usually kind of weird. There's definitely hot spots and really shadowed stuff. I really want to see just like a high quality photo, and people don't have to have a crazy amount of digital editing done, which is fantastic. You go outside on a nice day, you get someone to take some good shots. There's a lot of people that have no like professional photographers super close. So go out, research, go through the books and the websites and see what kind of poses, practice them, see what you think of them, and write me a good story. I love the bios that we get, and I ask for 250 words, which is super small. And then I've always had people that are like, hey, I have this idea for an article. And I'm like, send it on over. I would publish it gladly. Nice. Because I love to hear different stories. Last summer, we did All in the Family with Miss Strawberry Lee.
Okay.
It was the Calgary Pinup, and it was about camping. She told me this ridiculous story at a car show about how their tire exploded on their trailer when they were coming home from camping. And we were howling about it. I was like, I want you to write this down and actually send it to me. And so she submitted that with like pictures of her adorable family. And Kayla at Cheesecake Dolls did this cute trailer. She has this adorable trailer that she used as a prop last year for a backdrop. It was fantastic.
It was cute.
And so she took pictures, she sent on all her family pictures, and I published it because I loved the story. And I'm like, this is exactly like the road trip that actually happens. Like nothing goes to plan. It rains the whole time. You end up with flat tires or you're stranded somewhere. Something weird always happens. And I love it. I love the stories.
So do you prefer photos that haven't been shared on social media or have been published in other magazines? Do you have any of those kind of restrictions or anything like that?
Well, I do. I prefer if they're not shared on social media and wait until like the big reveal. Absolutely. But I know it's really hard when you get really good photos and like you submit it to a quarterly magazine and you're kind of waiting. You're like, okay, like we're running out of season time. And I totally get that it's hard. If it's published in another magazine, I'm technically not allowed to publish it. Okay. Unless the other magazine gives me permission.
Gotcha. Because
there's this really narrow, finite ability for us to cross-publish.
Okay.
So I do make that known.
That's good to know. That's good to know for girls who are like submitting multiple, you know, just in case both get at
Yeah,
the same time and everything else. You don't want to be causing
absolutely.
any issues.
Well, and my goal when I started was to have one pinup from every province.
Mhm.
And I really let that go because, like,
Hard.
Saskatchewan, we've only ever had one person from Saskatchewan submit, and that was in our first edition. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. We'll just, you know, hey, I got a whole bunch from Ontario this time, or Quebec. Quebec, those girls have been sending me like crazy, and they're incredible.
They have a huge scene in Quebec
Oh,
too.
it's
Huge
massive.
scene. Hmm.
I want to do a like coast to coast road trip and
Oh,
just
cute.
like go meet everybody. Teach the kids about the country as we drive across it. It'll be
Right?
fantastic. So I'll end up publishing, yeah, a lot more Quebec or Ontario, and I'm a lot looser that way now, which is good
Hmm.
because, but sometimes if I don't publish in one edition, it might, the style for the theme might fit in the next one.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's a lot of conversation going, hey, like, fantastic photos, they don't fit this theme. However, in this edition, we're doing more along those
Hmm.
lines, which is awesome. So, and I have photographers that send directly to me, like Mark Baelish out of Winnipeg.
Hmm.
He sends me stuff directly, and we end up with some fantastic stuff.
Nice.
And I love it. Like, I really encourage anyone and everyone to submit because you're most likely going to get published. Because I know how much work goes into a shoot.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time and usually a lot of money. And that should be celebrated.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I
Oh.
definitely want to get more stories from people of color and definitely from the LGBTQ. Yeah.
Two-spirited.
Yes, Two-Spirit. There we go. I was like, I am missing parts. Colors of the flag. Yeah, it's challenging to remember all of them, but I want definitely more stories.
Hmm.
Like, tell me about your struggles, but tell me how you triumphed.
Hmm.
And you know, women just empowering themselves to empower others. Like the
And I,
stories are what keeps us alive. Our cultures. One thing that all of our cultures have in common is stories. So we need to make really good ones and share them so that they live on.
mhm,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh, well, thank you so, so much, Keri. And I
Yeah.
know you're super busy, so I will let you get back to the kids, and hopefully they got no broken bones right now.
Fingers crossed. I went to the park.
Haven't heard anything, so that's good, right?
They're fine. They're fine. No, no phone calls. Come pick us up. Caleb crashed on his bike again.
Right.
We're good.
Oh, goodness, darling. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great day, and you be safe.
You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.